Hello everyone, welcome to another What I Would Have Done Thursday, and today for this video I'm going to be briefly addressing a holiday-esque related uh, film and what I would have done with it to ultimately improve upon it, since it is considered probably one of the not as favorite of the holiday films that are out there. Apologize that these videos are being uploaded late. I've unfortunately been very busy within the week leading up to New Year's and did not have time throughout the entire week to upload videos. But now I should be all caught up and ready to go by the end of today. I wanted to do it all yesterday, but it was just too much. So, and in case you want to know why I'm wearing the hat, it's because for New Year's, and I'm only going to be wearing it for the videos leading up really to till this previous week. So, without further ado, let's address Christmas with the Kranks. Yeah, starring none other than Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, I believe. Yes, this is one of those Christmassy films that kind of tries to over-exaggerate certain aspects of the holiday and, takes all the enjoyment sort of out of it as a result. And I think that the whole way in which the film tries to set up itself, unfortunately, does not pay off. Because basically the whole premise is that the couple, uh, Tim Allen, excuse me, and Jamie Lee Curtis are wanting to go on a cruise as opposed to actually celebrating Christmas. So it's like a Christmas alternative for them, since they have never been able to really do that before. And the whole neighborhood goes practically insane over this, like legitimately insane. They kind of make a big deal about how they're not participating in the holiday. And it's so ridiculous and so stupid that I almost just have to say I would have completely scrapped the entire premise of this plot, because I think the whole idea surrounding, Christmas, and in particular the winter season, because there's a lot of emphasis towards the fact that it is winter, because there's even a lot of jokes that are emphasized to that fact. Um, but the thing about this film is I think what they should have done instead is had the premise be that they decide to go somewhere else for Christmas so they don't have to deal with the craziness that's involved with the holiday, and go to a place to where they can relax and kind of enjoy themselves. But then at some point they get lost, and this whole time they're trying to kind of find a way back home. And I think this is somewhat relatable, considering the fact that traveling for the holiday season is a very hectic and stressful situation, and usually doesn't really pan out so well, unfortunately, for some. And I think this would be a kind of good reminder uh, to people about how, you can try to escape the holidays, but the holidays aren't going to escape you. So I think that would have suited itself a lot better, and would have allowed us for, I think, to get to know the characters a lot better. And in doing so, I don't think, again, and I would have completely altered these characters too, because these characters are just not as enjoyable or likable to watch. So, but I think we could have got a lot more interesting dynamics between Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis in that scenario, compared to them trying to outdo the crazy neighbors who are going completely crazy over something that doesn't need to be crazed or, put a put a huge emphasis on. But that is really the whole premise of this story, and that's unfortunately where the nail in the coffin goes. And had they just been, going off somewhere and losing their way, and then ultimately trying to find their way back, I think that that would have worked a whole lot better, and would have led to a lot of, I think, little funny comedy bits. And it could have been kind of like the old, because because it's obvious that the characters, at least when this film came out, were at least the main characters are relatively older couple. So again, you don't really see that all too often within films. So I think had they took that approach and focused more on their relationship, I thought that would have suited itself a lot better than trying to make it about a community oriented thing, since the whole premise behind the community is completely ridiculous and they go way overboard. I mean, this isn't just like, oh, bummer, they're not going to be around for Christmas. No, it's like, you are not going to be around for Christmas, meaning you're not going to have lights up and you're not going to do this and that, and it just goes so overboard. So that whole idea should have just been completely altered. Um, and the problem a lot also with this film is its humor and its transitions. They're very awkward. Like, a lot of the humor, you just go, what is the premise here? What's supposed to ultimately be funny? I don't understand. And then other times you're going, what are the transitionings for? Is it because of this? Is it because of that? Like, why do we need to transition suddenly here? And you sometimes don't understand the way in which certain situations and scenarios are handled, and it just comes off as a really big mess, unfortunately. So I think those moments definitely needed to be replaced with something that was a lot more genuine. And again, there needed to be, I think, a lot more uh, interesting comedy as opposed to just trying to do bad slapstick and doing really bizarre scenarios that not are not really all too funny or just come off as awkward and weird. But at the same time, that it kind of makes you laugh at how awkward and stupid it is. But yeah, that needed to definitely be altered. And uh, I think had it just been a change of premise, had it focused on just Tim Allen's character and Jamie Lee Curtis and not trying to make their community in any way, shape, or form really involved with them, I think this would have been a whole lot better product. Because I think they can have, I think at least them together, they could have had some capabilities and could have expressed at least, I think, some chemistry on a certain level. I just think they needed to be placed in the right scenario and needed to be given way better material in order to do it. And obviously, had they had more of a premise of them going away and not being able to find their way back and getting lost and having a bunch of shenanigans happen as they are trying to get back, I think, we would have had a stronger story here, and we would have, I think, gotten a lot more out of the characters. And but unfortunately here, since the whole premise is just set up to kind of just fail, it kind of leaves you with not that much to ultimately work with. So that's why I would definitely have really restructured this entire story on itself and kind of just flipped it on its head. But that's really my honest and personal opinion. I'm more than happy to hear what anybody else has to say. I thought it would be interesting to do, in particular, a Christmas Eve related, at least a last hoorah for Christmas, considering the fact that there's still technically a Christmas Eve celebration that is coming up on the 6th, actually, of December, which is Three Kings Day. So that's also something that's actually rather interesting. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I should be caught up by the end of today. I just got so tired after trying to catch up that I was just like, I can't upload videos anymore. My brain is just not cooperating with me. But yeah, until next time, everybody, goodbye and Happy New Year.